back, students. We are now going to talk about where our energy comes from. So, a lot of our energy, most of our energy, comes from hydrocarbons that we burn in combustion reactions. We've already talked about combustion reactions, right? You need oxygen gas present to support the fuel that burns, and you make CO2 gas and H2O gas. So, we're going to talk more about combustion reactions. Now, what's a hydrocarbon? Well, that's just something that contains hydrogen and carbon, hydrocarbon. So it contains those two elements. Something such as C8H18. Hydrocarbons are also called fossil fuels. Some of the fossil fuels we burn include coal, oil, natural gas, propane, and gasoline. However, these fuels are not renewable and they produce a lot of pollution and greenhouse gases. The rate that we are burning through these fossil fuels is not sustainable. We're going to run out of them. So, how are hydrocarbons or fossil fuels made? Well, they're made from green plants. So, green plants capture energy from the sun via photosynthesis and produce glucose and oxygen gas. Look at the reaction at the bottom. We have CO2, plants take in CO2, react it with their water through photosynthesis, and produce glucose, C6H12O6, and oxygen gas, which is, of course, diatomic oxygen, O2. So then the plants die and they decompose partially. They get buried under dirt, and after a long time, pressure and the temperatures turn them into coal and oil and natural gas. However, this process of decomposing and getting buried in the pressure takes hundreds of millions of years. So this is not renewable. We can't just go make new coal. We can't make new oil. That's why they're expensive and they are dug up from the ground. And the countries that have more of them can be fairly rich because they have these fuels. So we're running out of them. We need to switch to something else. So, energy usage. In the United States, about 80% of our energy usage comes from fossil fuels. You can see in this graphic up here, about 10% is coal, about 30% is natural gas, and about 30% is petroleum, which is oil. However, burning them releases all these other gases like CO2, carbon monoxide, CO, particulate matter, PM, which just means little pieces of debris in the air, SO3 and SO2, NO2 and NO. All of these different gases cause pollution, some cause acid rain, and CO2 is a greenhouse gas, which is slowly heating up our planet, causing major problems with climate change. So, burning fossil fuels really is a problem. If you're concerned about our planet and the environment, then this is important information, and you need to be concerned about the future of our planet and your children and your grandchildren. So, coal, the formula is C135, H96, O9NS. So we can see it's mostly carbon. 85% of coal is carbon. Burning coal is very dirty. It creates lots of smoke and soot. It makes buildings dirty. You have to wash them off because they get black residue on them. It produces all this pollution. It produces greenhouse gases, and it leaves traces of arsenic, mercury, and lead in the leftover ash. A typical coal plant uses 1.5 million tons of coal a year. So this is a pretty dirty fuel. There's no such thing as clean coal. Coal is coal. It's dirty. Oil or petroleum is a thick liquid that contains a mixture of hydrocarbons, anywhere from 1 to 60 carbon atoms per molecule. This mixture of hydrocarbons has to be separated to be useful, and we do this by the process of distillation. We can get gasoline, diesel fuel, jet fuel, methane, propane, kerosene. We can get all of these things from petroleum oil. It is estimated we're going to run out of oil in this century, with the U.S. Department of Energy predicting peak oil between 2026 and 2047. So that's in our lifetime. We need to find a replacement before the prices skyrocket. Now, natural gas is methane, 90% methane, which is CH4, again, a hydrocarbon. Many appliances can run on natural gas, like dryers, furnaces, water heaters, and stoves. It's not very common in Arizona, but in the Midwest, lots of people have gas stoves and furnaces and dryers. Natural gas does burn cleaner than coal or oil, but it still produces the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide. Here is the reaction of burning methane or natural gas. CH4 plus oxygen gas produces carbon dioxide and water vapor or steam. So there we are making our CO2 still. It's a greenhouse gas, and methane itself is a greenhouse gas. The United States uses more fossil fuels per person than any other large country in the world. We are a major contributor to greenhouse gases. It's very important that we change our ways to provide for a better future for our children and their children. You can see from this statistic above that we use almost twice as much fossil fuels per person than the next 20 largest countries in the world. A lot of countries aren't real happy with us, by the way, because of this. They're experiencing climate change issues that they're not necessarily causing themselves, but they're having to pay for it. So this is a global concern. Now, greenhouse gases. The main three are CO2, carbon dioxide, CH4, methane, and N2O, nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas. How do these gases heat up our planet? Well, that's called the greenhouse effect. Basically, sunlight comes down to the Earth's surface and heats up Earth, and then Earth radiates some of this heat back out into the air. But the greenhouse gases is like a blanket, and it protects our Earth and keeps some of the heat in. Now, we have to have this blanket. The balance of greenhouse gases is very delicate, though. We just need a thin blanket. We need to have just the right amount of heat trapped versus heat escaping back into space. And currently, we're making that blanket thicker and thicker. So, increasing the greenhouse gases is what we're doing by burning all these fossil fuels. So, the problems with this are heating up our planet faster than ever before. Yes, our planet has heated and cooled in cycles, but we have never heated up as fast as we are right now. So, we're in new territory. This is causing more droughts, more floods, more forest fires. It is heating up our oceans, which is causing coral bleaching. We're living in an extinction period. We have species going extinct every week. We are melting our glaciers and our ice caps. We are increasing storms and their frequency and how powerful they are. We have more heat waves than ever before, and there is climate migration going on. People are moving from equator countries north and south to get away from climate change. We see this in the United States. We are going to have more climate refugees if we're not careful. Solutions. Well, solutions are alternative energies. So we need to switch to something besides fossil fuels. So there's solar, wind, nuclear, geothermal, biomass, hydroelectric. You can burn your garbage instead of coal, and biodiesel. All of these are different energy sources. None of them are perfect, and not one of them can take over for fossil fuels. It's going to be a combination of these. And yes, nuclear is a very important piece of that future. I know a lot of people are scared of nuclear power plants, but if you have a chance, research it. Meanwhile, what can you do to help our planet? Well, one is to recycle, of course. Recycle correctly, so learn how to recycle in your community. Vote. Vote for politicians that are supportive of clean energy. Eat less meat. That's a whole other topic, but meat is very greenhouse gas intensive. So, meatless Mondays, for example, give it a try. Use reusable water bottles and bags. So, bring your own bag to the grocery store. Use a water bottle and refill it instead of buying plastic bottles. Cut down on the plastic. Buy fuel efficient cars like hybrids and electric cars. Use the light rail, even better, public transportation. Carpool with your friends. Conserve energy. Maybe that's the most important thing to do. Turn off the lights, unplug your cords, raise up your AC a little bit. Don't have it going full blast all summer long. Use your dishwasher only when it's full. Wash full loads of clothes. Give all your used goods to Goodwill or another resale boutique. So these are all ways that you can help the planet. All right, thanks. Things to think about. See you later, GCC.